Hey Ghoulsters! It is here, the most magical time of the year has finally arrived, so I obviously could not resist hosting a Hexathon for the second year in a row. I don't know why I pointed at this, because I know it says Hexhausted, but in my head it says Hexathon right now. So from September 1st all the way through the most magical day of the year, October 31st, our entire community is going to be participating in Hexathon. I'm going to get into all of the details, but first I want to say hello and welcome to any new spooky nerdy ghouls that might be watching. My name's Mandy Spooks, and this is our spooky oasis where we celebrate the magic of Halloween and spooky pop culture every day. And if you love witches and witchy vibes, then you're definitely going to want to hit the subscribe button down below. Alright ghouls, I am so excited about this Hexathon. It is what my spooky soul needs right now. I have officially hit that time of year where I'm over summer. I need to get into the cozy magical vibes, and that is what I'm gonna do. In fact, I already started my first read a little bit early. Full transparency, I did not get through any books in August. I was just too stressed and distracted to have the mental bandwidth to listen to a book, read a book, anything. So I'm really excited to get into this, my favorite type of book and genre, I guess, which is anything with witches. So a little bit of details for Hexathon. Like I said, it is running September 1st through the end of October. You could start early if you'd like. You could extend it, whatever you would like. And the way it works is this is part of my Spookworm Club that is hosted on the Discord server. So you'll find a link for that in the description below. In the Discord server, we have a Spookworm Club channel where you can chat with all the other ghouls about what they're reading or watching. Share your recs, all of that good stuff. But the main way to participate is actually through Instagram. On my stories, I'll have a highlight that is for Hexathon with different templates you can use to post what you're currently reading, your TBR, your reviews, all of that. And that's where you're going to want to tag me, especially on your reviews, because at the end of the Hexathon, I'll be doing like a wrap up with all of my reviews and my journey throughout the 2 months of the marathon. And then I'll also be sharing all of your reviews as well. So you're going to want to be tuned into that on my Instagram at Mandy Spooks as well. All right, so I'm going to be sharing just what my actual TBR and watch lists are, but I do have a full, more developed list of book recommendations, movie recommendations on my Goodreads and my Letterboxd accounts in the description below that you can click on. I did create a Hexathon shelf for Goodreads, and then of course a watch list on Letterboxd for witch movies. However, again, I still don't have a place to put TV show recs, so I'll save that till the very end as well. All right, we have so much to get through, so let's get into the books. Guys, it is going to be a witchy season. I'm so excited about it. So first up, we have on my TBR, A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness, which I also think could be related to Agatha Harkness from WandaVision or Agatha All Along. I don't know. I'm just kidding with you guys. But A Discovery of Witches has been around for a while. It is always very highly talked about. When I heard about it, I heard that it gave like Twilight at a university vibes, but with other creatures. And that's honestly why I was intrigued by it. But the actual like very short summary says, a richly inventive novel about a centuries-old vampire, a spellbound witch, and the mysterious manuscript that draws them together. There is also a Netflix series to this book. This book is hefty. The audiobook is like 24 hours, and if I'm being honest, the reason I have never tackled it is because it intimidates me a little bit. I'm not sure I have the attention span for it, but spoiler alert! I did already start the book, and I seem to be vibing with it, so I'm really hoping that I can push myself to get through it, because I'm really hoping that I can get to the TV series at some point, because it's on Netflix now. And I've heard, like I said, I've heard so many good things about this book and TV show actually. So I'm really looking forward to it. If you guys have read it, let me know in the comments down below if you think that I'm going to vibe with it or not. Okay, next we have, guys, there are so many witchy series of books that I am overwhelmed. So the first one is a new one. I had mentioned this back during halfway to Halloween. Unfortunately, I never got a chance to actually read it. But we have Spookily Yours by Jennifer Chipman. You guys, this cover looks so adorable. Like, I just knew I needed this book in my life the minute I saw it, but the stars have just not aligned for me to read it. I think this is the year I'm going to read it. It says, Spookily Yours is a spicy open-door Halloween-themed novel featuring a witch and the demon who falls in love with her. And the reason I must read it this Halloween is because she now has a second part to the book coming out called Wickedly Yours on September 13th. So if I like it enough, I might just actually read the physical book because I think the audiobooks come out a few months later for this series. And I haven't read the description of Wickedly Yours because I don't like spoilers if I haven't read the previous book to that yet. And then moving on, we have one of my favorite series, I think, which is The Kiss Curse. Not The Kiss Curse, sorry. The Kiss Curse is the second book. The X-Hex, which started it all, by Erin Sterling. This year, a third book is coming out. We have been so spoiled with this series that we've been getting one very frequently, it feels. I don't feel like I've had to wait forever for them, at least. So the X-Hex is about basically a witch named Vivian that hexes her ex as kind of a joke, and turns out that she actually did hex him, and he returns to town a few years later, and the drama unfolds. And I actually did not love this book as much as I love the second part to it, which is The Kiss Curse, but I'm actually kind of reminiscing and wanting to read it again because the third book, The Wedding Witch, is coming out October 8th. However, The Wedding Witch seems to have a Spookmas vibe to it because it's a Yuletide wedding. So I'm probably going to save this entire series for the last end of October so that I can hopefully get into The Wedding Witch on November 1st. That's my plan because I'm a seasonal person. You guys know that I love Spookmas. So that's what my plan is for that series. And like I said, if you guys haven't read it, this is a very spicy, corny, cozy, everything you want to feel for Halloween is this series. Honestly, like I said, I'm not a big fan of the very first book, but I have a feeling that my rating might change this time around because I need those vibes so much, you know? Okay, and then moving on, we have a different book. Actually, let me finish with the series to wrap up all of the little series section. We also have A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon by Sarah Hawley. So I actually read this book last year for Hexathon, I believe, and I loved it so much. And I found out that there are now 2 more books to this series, and the second one is Demon's Guide to Wooing a Witch, which is also a witchy one. I think the third one is a vampire-themed one. So I might just read the first 2 and save the third one for vampires in February because I've mentioned, I think I start to vibe with vampires again around Valentine's. I don't know, they're just romantic, you know? So yeah, A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon. If you haven't heard of it, it says Mariel Spark knows not to trust a demon, especially one that wants her soul, but what's a witch to do when he won't leave her side and she kind of doesn't want him to? I really enjoyed this book. I highly recommend it. Like I said, there's a lot of books. Well, not a lot. Witch's Guide and the X-Hex are books that I've read before and I'm willing to read again and excited to, so that should tell you enough about me recommending them. I'll have a bonus rec for you guys at the end. Okay, and then 2 other books that I am looking forward to reading. I'm being so, what's the word? I don't know. I have a very high hope for how much I'm actually going to read when in reality, when am I going to have time to read during spooky season? I don't know. Okay, so the next one is The Unfortunate Side Effects of Heartbreak and Magic by Breanne Randall. And I did not pull the summary for this one because I felt like it was too long, and I felt like this little snippet was actually all us ghouls need to know in this community. It says, for fans of practical magic and Gilmore Girls, The Unfortunate Side Effects of Heartbreak and Magic is a debut novel that explores the shields we build. Oh my god, I can't pronounce today. I'm going to start that over because it deserves better. Okay, for fans of practical magic and Gilmore Girls, The Unfortunate Side Effects of Heartbreak and Magic is a debut novel that explores the shields we build around our hearts to retain our own magic. And I don't know why that is screaming, have your cup of stars from Hill House. Please tell me that somebody understood that reference. So I'm looking forward to reading it. I have also heard about this book a lot throughout different communities, channels. I've heard really good things about it, so I'm looking forward to giving it a try. And then I do want to revisit another book that I DNF'd last year, but I feel like I didn't really give it a chance, which is The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sanju Mandana. I've heard amazing things about this one too, and I just wasn't vibing with it last year for some reason, but I am still interested in it. And it says, a warm and uplifting novel about an isolated witch whose opportunity to embrace a quirky new family and a new love changes the course of her life. I have heard that this is a very wholesome, heartfelt book, but I have not read it, so I don't know. So I'm looking forward to giving it a try. Okay, and then my final book on my list is Enchanted to Meet You by Meg Cabot. I also just pulled the short snippet for you guys. A witchy rom-com from New York Times bestseller Meg Cabot about a plus-size witch who must team up with a handsome stranger to help protect her village from an otherworldly force. But will she be able to protect her heart? I'm looking forward to reading this one. You guys know that I am on the hunt for a book that adequately represents plus size ghouls. So I'm looking forward to seeing if this one might be the one. It does have a very purple witchy cover and it has Taylor Swift lyrics as the title. So I'm thinking it might be the one. Positive vibes. Okay, and then my final rec for you ghouls, if you haven't read it, I loved this book. I am very sad that I don't have the time to add it into my TBR this year, but it's Cackle. I actually did not pull the description, so I'm going to pull it really quick for you ghouls, because I will totally mess it up. I feel like Winifred when she's like, I just had to cut because that was taking too long to find. So Cackle is by Rachel Harrison, and the very quick snippet says, a darkly funny, frightening novel about a young woman learning how to take what she wants from a witch who may be too good to be true, from the author of The Return. I have not read The Return. I don't know what that is about, but I can tell you that Cackle was probably one of my favorite reads from all of last year and probably ever. I don't know how I forget about it, but I really enjoyed that book. I highly recommend it. If you guys read one witchy book this year, I would recommend Cackle. All right, and then moving on to my movie list, my movie watch list. It is pretty short, but like I said, the letterbox list is longer and I'll probably dive into it if I have more time. But number one on my list is Cobweb as a rewatch. I freaking love Cobweb as much as I love Cackle. Cobweb and Cackle, something with the C's going on with the witchy vibes, but I love Cobweb so much. I'm not even going to tell you guys what it's about because I went in blind. I think you should go in blind and just enjoy it. I don't know why this movie hasn't become more of a Halloween staple, but when it does, remember, you heard it here first on Mandy Spooks. And then next we have The Craft and The Craft Legacy. I still have not watched the sequel, which is The Craft Legacy, which is really bothering me. So I might actually skip The Craft, but if I have time, I'll watch it just to like make sure I remember everything. And then I really want to rewatch Teen Witch because I've been saying I'm going to rewatch it for a few years now and I still haven't. So I really want to do that. And then I have a lot of great recs on that letterbox list, but I really wanted to talk about a not so popular witchy movie that I highly recommend to you ghouls, and it is called Simply Irresistible. It is with Sarah Michelle Gellar, and she is a witch, but a very unique type of witch. So if you guys want something romantical and witchy and unique, I highly recommend checking that one out. Okay, and then for TV shows, Obviously, I need to rewatch WandaVision because I am prepping for Agatha All Along. I'm super excited to watch that show. I'm going to watch it opening weekend. I'm super stoked about it. So be sure to stay tuned for more on that because you know I'm going to talk about it somewhere, whether it's here or the Ghoulmates. And we'll definitely be rewatching WandaVision beforehand to be ready for it. And then I'm hoping that I can tackle a Discovery of Witches because I'm just really excited about it, honestly. So all that being said, we still have our TV shows list. I'm going to go through it quickly since I don't have anywhere else to put it. Of course, for Hexathon, you can always choose Sabrina the Teenage Witch, whether it's the traditional 90s one or Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix. And then there's also Charmed, Good Witch. I've also heard great things about Mayfair Witches, and it's now available on Netflix as well. And then, of course, if you've never watched it, you got to check out American Horror Stories Coven. I recently heard, I don't remember who told me, but someone had told me they started it and didn't finish it, and I was like, how did you not finish it? Like, that show is so good. I've never heard anyone not like it. So yeah, those are all of my recs, my TBR, my watch list. I'm super stoked about it. And I also wanted to mention, if you guys want to rep Hexathon in style, you could get your Hexhausted shirt because you're going to be exhausted from reading so many so many witchy cozy books with me this season. I also have a variety of different shirts available that you guys can get, including the actual Spookworm logo, which is also very cozy and spooky for spooky season. All right, I can't wait to hear from you girls. I can't wait for you to tag me on Instagram with all of your TBRs, your watch lists, your reviews. I'm super excited to have this. I know that the Vampathon or like the Vampires and Werewolves marathon was very like spur of the moment and last minute, but I'm super excited about Hexathon and I hope that you guys are too. Until next time, sending you goals and kisses. Bye!